All right, Mario, for the Napoli news segment, the first thing we're going to talk about is the riots that went down at Piazza Gesu in the Centro Storica part of our beautiful city. So I saw a few clips running around there on the net, on social media and all, when they were showing up to the city. And you could tell from the get-go when they were just being escorted by the polizia as they were getting into the city that they weren't coming just to chance. You could tell that there was something that they had planned already. And then the next time I get on my phone, I see that video. Did you see the video of what they did at Piazza Gesu?
Of course, who didn't?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I mean, luckily, at least I haven't seen it. Nobody actually got hurt, but they did cause a lot of damage and they burned up a police car. And I met somebody that's on our Twitter community. He goes by Spider. I think his name's Mike. And this is the first time he's been to a game. And he brought his wife and his two teenage daughters, had dinner with them on game night. And he was staying in a hotel right above that chaos.
Crazy. Go figure.
When we met up at the game, before the game, he only brought one of his daughters. His wife and his other daughter just decided to stay back. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I was concerned that those hooligans were gonna get to our stadium and try to do something outside the stadium, but I observed and I didn't see anything going on anywhere outside the stadium. So that's a relief because I was actually scared about that, especially for all the women and children that were going to be in that area trying to get into the stadium to go to the game. So I'm very pleased that whatever happened happened, whether it was the polizia keeping them away or they decided that that was enough and they didn't need to do more. What's most important is that nothing more did happen because honestly, it looked really bad. The
Yeah.
polizia really got bombarded. They caused some damage, but it doesn't seem like there was any real injuries involved, and that's what's most important.
Yep.
Now, what do you think about just the ramifications that will come about this? I mean, I haven't seen anything officially talking about what's going to happen to the ultras from Frankfurt, and I hope that they look at the fact that these Atalanta ultras assisted him in this stupidity.
Yep. I was gonna tell you that because it's not just Frankfurt; it's also Atalanta that participated in it. I mean, there's a scarf, a guy holding Bergamo in Frankfurt. Like, what the hell? They must still be upset about the 2-0 ass whooping. I don't know. I don't know why they're still out there participating in the riot with Frankfurt. I hate talking about this, man. Like, why did that have to happen? It's shameless. It's embarrassing to Calcio, For Germany, really too, especially. Shame on you.
And like you said, it is embarrassing. Even if it is something that is basically most often something that is like it is thrown towards Napoli, like all the chance that we get, all the hatred that we get, it seems like Napoli is always the one that's taking the brunt of it.
Yeah, we're still out on top. Look at that.
And I met up with Lalo, our steward guy, Lalo Capuano in the stadium, right? And I was just talking to him about it. You know what he told me? He told me that they actually tried to get to the Spanish quarters. They actually had a plan to go to the Maradona Morales to destroy that stuff that's there. Yeah.
Oh no, if they would have done that, people would have got hurt. For sure.
So I mean, he told me that they were stopped. Like they tried to get there, and that there was a group of Napolitani, either that are in charge of the Morales or from the Spanish quarters, that did not let them come up there.
You do not want to mess with people from the Spanish quarters. That's the last place you want to go in Napoli for that kind of stuff. I mean, you'll be fine walking
Dude,
around there, but if you're looking for trouble, that's the last place you want to be looking for trouble.
if they actually did anything, people would have probably gotten killed.
That's what I'm saying. Like it would have got bad.
I couldn't believe it when he told me that. I couldn't believe that they would actually go to the length of trying to do something like
Yeah,
that.
that's
It's
crazy.
just, I mean, what are you thinking? I
That's just
mean,
asking to just get hurt. That's all that is. It's ignorance.
sometimes I feel like maybe some of the shit that goes on nowadays is just to get fucking attention
No,
because
of
they know
course.
it's going to be on everybody's phone. Like,
Yep.
do they really have that much hatred to want to destroy the symbol of the city? Because
I couldn't tell you who
that's
one of
what
those people
Mata
were in every single one of those videos. What kind of attention is that going to bring you? Nothing.
Maradona is the symbol of Napoli,
Yeah.
and to want to do that, and the fact that they picked Piazza Gesu tells you something already.
Can I tell you something? Do you think that'll like ever change? Like if Osimhen stays or Cavada stays and Cavada wins like 3 or 4 Scudetti, like do you think that like Maradona wouldn't be as important? Really? Like you don't think like if Cavada or Osimhen
No,
like ended up winning like 4 Scudetti, a
never,
UCL or two? Really?
never. I think
Maybe for
I
your
think O's
generation, but for the younger generation, just like how it works for LeBron and Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, even those separate decades, I think that's
I
how
don't
it's gonna
think so.
work.
I
Because
don't
Napoli,
think so,
because
man.
just think about this. Think about this. What have we had to look forward to except for Coppa Italia or like Scudetto or
But here's the
Supercoppa?
thing.
Nothing.
But
Nothing.
here's the thing,
We
Mario.
we
But
don't know
here's the
what it
thing,
feels
man.
like. I'm just saying.
But here's the thing. So people like me that didn't start watching until later on, your generation that wasn't even, born to be able to go through that, right? You're going to remember what you see, but you also have the ability to listen to all the stories and the way that families are raised in Napoli. Grandparents tell their great grandkids about Diego Maradona, man. They, they,
Yeah,
they
and
show
also,
them They show them video. They
yeah.
they they show them the things around the city. I don't think it's ever going to be a thing where Diego Maradona is forgotten. I do think that
Be
players
forgotten.
like Victor Osimhen, if he stays, Cavada, if he stays for the long haul, I think players that are that special will become that special for your generation. But that doesn't mean that Diego Maradona is going to sort of like vanish. I mean,
No,
Michael
I didn't say
Jordan
vanish or
hasn't
fade
vanished in
away. I know.
Chicago.
Correct. But it's just he's up for debate with LeBron James. It's only them two now. People don't even compare Kobe anymore, nothing like that.
Not in
Rest in peace to Kobe.
Chicago.
Not in Chicago,
Not in
what?
Chicago, man.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying in general. That's what I'm saying. The only reason why Diego is also considered with such a high standard is because he's considered one of the GOATs in general, not just for Napoli. I'm saying like Cavada has GOAT potential, Ballon d'Or winner potential, something
Oh,
Maradona has
for
not
sure.
gotten before. Osimhen, amazing player, right? But is he really going to be up to Maradona's potential?
Yeah, but the
I
the
don't know.
the
He's a fantastic
Ballon
striker, just
d'Or,
not the same type of player, not the same type of flash that people are so attracted to. You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm trying to get to here. Like I don't know. Me personally, I feel like Cavada, if he got to that level, I'm just saying. And this is really early. It's his first season already talking about this. That's how good he is. Crazy. But if he gets to that level, I'm telling you, Napoli fans are gonna slowly not start to forget about Diego, but slowly start to not appreciate him as much and start to hear Cavada much more. I'm
I
just
don't
saying.
think so, man. I mean, you
The
might
younger
hear
generation is already talking
Cavada,
about Braun and
you might
shit. So
hear Cavada, you might hear about Cavada and everything. I mean, there's Morales that are already made with
that's what
Cavada
I'm
and
saying.
Victor and Keem and
Yeah, yeah.
so there's these little Morales, but man, do you know how many Morales of Maradona there is around the city?
Of course,
They're
like I said,
everywhere,
you have to give
man.
something
They're
you have
everywhere.
to give it time. Something like this takes time. I'm just saying early on right now, it's just a thought. Obviously, he's not a better player than Maradona. No, he's not. He doesn't have no Scudetto like Maradona. No, he's gonna get one though. I'm just saying. But no Europa League finals. No, But we have the potential and opportunity, especially with the team that he has around him. I'm just saying, just be on the lookout. They don't call him Cavaradona for no reason. Like he's getting a comparison this early on in his career for a reason. So, but he has to
One other
stay.
thing, yeah, and one other thing to think about is when Maradona did what he did, Napoli was getting ready to be regulated to Serie
Correct.
B, man.
Yeah, he saved
You
them.
know,
Yes, that is also a
he
big
did.
factor to that too. Mhm.
And I'll tell you what, one of the other things that I think could make sense in that being a thing of what you're talking about is how important Cavada and or Osimhen could be. So like an event like happened yesterday, that's an obvious stab towards Napolitani from Bergamo and the north of Italy in general. And that was part of Maradona's thing too, man, is he came to Napoli because he saw what was going on and he wanted to be that guy that makes a difference in sticking it to them and helping Napoli become big, you know what I mean? And maybe Osimhen sees something like that where he has an opportunity to be that important for this city because of things that go on like yesterday. So I could definitely see that being something that he's thinking about. I mean, do you think that he cares about that aspect of it?
Talking about Osimhen or Cavada?
Either or, man. But I'll be honest, man. Maybe more Osimhen because Osimhen already has to consistently deal with the racism issue just because of the color of his skin, and maybe that's something that would motivate him to want to raise Napoli up and to, sort of rebel against
Oh no,
the
I mean if we're
things
talking
that
about who
we have to
wants it,
deal with all the time.
if we're talking about who wants it the most, it's definitely Osimhen out of anybody on our team. You can just tell how he is just a leader in general. He motivates our team on the field, in the locker room. Uh, he wants it the most, undoubtedly, right? Cavada though, he wants it bad too. Um, I remember he was a lot more timid in the beginning of the season, even like after he would like score a goal. Now, my goodness, he's roaring out there. Him and Osimhen are so passionate, man. God, I hope that they both stay for like at least 2 more years, 3 more years, minimum 2 more years, just two. Just give me 2 more. Shaq and Kobe.
So Osimhen was asked some questions after he won the man of the
Mhm.
match from the Champions League, that trophy that you get after the end of games. Lozano, I think, got the last one, and
Yeah.
he handled that interview. He couldn't have handled the interview any better.
Oh, he's
And
great at
one of the
talking.
things that and one of the things that they asked him was his move to the Premier League in the summer. And I thought that his answer was as perfect as could be, just to give, like, quotes, the right answer.
They
But the
didn't
one
ask him about his move. They said, "I'm not going to ask you about your move to the Premier League, but what do you think about playing two possible Premier League teams?" They didn't ask him about the move there.
well, there was some other interview where they did then because
Yeah, that was after getting man of the match for, or not man of the match, getting his something, the award for something. Sorry,
no.
with ADL. That he was asked about his future with EPL teams there. He was asked about the other stuff afterwards.
Well, there was a moment after this match where he was asked something too, because I've seen some of his other comments, and one of the things that he said, he wasn't asked that question directly, but he did say something about it because he said, that for one, he was asked about who his hero is, and he said Drogba is his hero. He's modeled himself after that, and then he also talked about the move in the summer, not to a specific team or league or anything, but just the move in general, because he said that he doesn't know what the future holds and that he knows that him and Napoli are part of that negotiation. Like he is talking to Napoli for sure, just like he's going to be talking with his agents about what's going to happen. So the fact that he said that he is definitely going to be in negotiation with Napoli, that makes me feel like there is something concrete there where he knows that he's going to get offered something from Napoli to extend.
I mean, they're gonna
I
offer
mean, that's
him
how I
an
That's how I
extension
feel
for
about it.
sure. It's just, will it be worth it?
Well, I mean, are you for sure that they're going to offer him an extension?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't think that there's a good chance that Laurentiis is not going to do that because he just wants to sell him?
Nah.
No? Okay.
I think
Because a
he'll
lot of people,
at least
a,
try.
a lot of people believe that that's what's going to happen, and there's not going to be
It
any real
might.
contract negotiations with Napoli.
Yeah, and then he just might become a free agent and do his own thing. Yeah, that's also true. It might happen.
Well, no, no. What people are saying is that he's not going to get a contract offer to extend with Napoli,
Yep.
and he's just going to get sold.
Oh,
That's what people are saying.
this summer.
People really believe that he is going to get sold this summer, and that's it. There's not going to be any
Wow.
contract extension offer or negotiation. He's just going to get sold, and that's the end of the story.
I mean, anything's possible. It's a business at the end of the day. Sucks to say that as a fan, but as a president, as a manager, you understand, you know?
Well, I don't believe it. I
Me neither.
absolutely
But I
think
wouldn't
I
doubt it happens
absolutely
though. You know, like I can't say it's not gonna happen at all. You know, no, I'm not gonna say that.
well, yeah,
I
nobody
wish
can
him
say
to
that.
stay. I want him to stay, obviously. Like I said, for at least 2 more years. At least it's gonna be 2 more. But we'll see what happens with that.
I absolutely am extremely confident that Laurentiis is going to offer him a contract extension.
Hmm? Have at least 2 or 3 more
Whether
years.
it's whether it's something that Osimhen is attracted to and takes is a different story. But I absolutely believe no matter what offer comes across the table, Laurentiis is still going to see if Osimhen wants to stay. I
Yep,
am
I agree.
almost 100%. I am almost 100% confident in that. And there's a lot of people that just aren't. So we'll see how that
Same
goes
people
down.
that already doubted us at the beginning of the season, then didn't want to wait it out and see what's gonna happen. They'll listen to him. Just watch what happens. That's all we can do. Just watch.
And then like every time you see something come across social media, some Chelsea fan has to butt in and say some shit. Dude, he's
Yeah.
not going to Chelsea. I don't care if Drogba played there or not. Chelsea sucks. He's not going to go there. These Chelsea fans can just shut the fuck up because there's no fucking way that he is going to go to a team, number one, that sucks, and number two, isn't anywhere near playing in the Champions League. He
Yeah, if
wants to
he
go
left
to a
this year,
team.
I don't think he would go to a Chelsea. If he left this season, like after it was done, nah, not after their
No,
performance.
man.
Um,
No.
but if they got like top 4 next season, yeah, easily he would head over there.
I think he
If he had
would
if he
think
had
about it at that
the
point.
chance to, yeah,
Yeah, I think he would think about it at that point. I do.
yeah.
But who thinks that Chelsea is just automatically going to be a top four team next year? I mean, I don't know. They don't do
They got the
anything
talent
impressive.
for it. They spent the money. I mean, all they gotta do is execute. Think about it.
Yeah, but it's not that easy. I mean, how long has Manchester United had the talent?
They're doing good.
They are now, but they weren't before.
Ronaldo was the only problem.
All
They
that
just have to
money.
see what that
No, even
one or two
before
little problems are.
Mario, even before Cristiano Ronaldo, man, they haven't been good for a long time. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, sure.
when's the last time they won a Premier League, man? It feels like it was when you were born, the last time they won one. They haven't won a Premier League in a long time. Remember when we went and we saw
Yeah,
the
Rooney.
stadium where they play at? Do you remember that and all that
Yeah,
stuff that
Rooney
they
was still a
had there in
player.
their museum? That was when
They
they
were really
were
good.
already on. Well, they were starting to take a downturn around that time, and that
They're still
was
good though.
you're 24
Rooney was
now.
getting
That
old.
was yeah. That's when they started going down. Though when Rooney started to get
Mhm.
older, is
Yeah,
when the Man U was not the Man U anymore. You know what I mean?
right.
But yeah, they are good this year. Rashford is for real. So, and they got a good coach. I think that
Yeah,
they are a team that would attract Victor Osimhen if there was any team that would.
yeah. They have a good team for his play style as well. Counter-attacking
Yeah.
football, long
Yeah.
balls, that kind of sort of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. And then I was walking around the city today. I did a lot of walking today. Oh my God. I think I started around 11 o'clock and I wasn't done walking until like 6, 7 o'clock. And one of the things I did is I went up to up to Vomero and to Castle St. Elmo and just, looked down on the city and everything. And it was a really clear day. It was nice today. And during that entire time, I went to Vio Toledo and I can really, really start feeling the electricity in the city each and every time I come back. There's more flags being sold. There's more, things that say Campione d'Italia. There's Victor Osimhen masks everywhere you turn around. When I was getting on the metro after the game, there was a big crowd waiting in the line, and there was a dude up in front of us, and he was all decked out in Victor Osimhen, man. He got his hair all blonde. He was wearing the mask, and he was getting on the metro, man. It was cool to see that. So yeah, the energy is it's getting up there, Mario. It's getting up there, and I'm just imagining what it's going to be like when they actually clinch.
Yep,
And we
can't wait.
mentioned it earlier. 7 more wins is all that we need. Looking at the schedule, at this point, after this win and where we're at now, where do you think it's going to happen now?
Juventus. I think there's gonna be two more games where the second or third place team that's there they have to worry about is gonna drop points. Especially because Inter plays Juventus in the next game as well. They might tie, they might lose. Who knows?
Inter plays Juve next.
Hmm.
Whew. Oh man. So you've been saying that it's going to be on the road in Torino since we actually started talking about this, haven't you?
I wanted it to, and I think it's going to be. Yeah, just because teams were dropping points at that point, and they still kind of are right now. Two more games out of the next five, possible for Inter or both Lazio or anyone, Milan too.
Maybe we may have said this already, but I'll just repeat it if we did. There's no way in hell that Juventus is going to allow that visitor section to fill up for that game. You know that, right?
Yeah, that would suck if we did that and there's no Napoli fans there because all you would hear is probably
There's no
boos.
way.
All you would hear is boos at the stadium if like they started cheering. That'd be so crazy to see. So
So
crazy.
so here's the thing, man. Here's a reason I hope it doesn't happen. I want it to be at home, number one.
Me
But
too.
the other reason I
Yeah,
don't want it to be in
for that.
Torino is because Juventus will not allow the away fans to come.
No.
And what does that mean? What does that mean? That means that we're going to have a shitload of Napolitani that show up in Torino to protest that.
Uh,
We don't want that. We don't need
yeah,
that, man. So, I mean, Juventus doesn't want that, but let's see if maybe they make the right decision. Because
yeah, we'll see.
if they allow the visitor section to be filled up for that game, at least that's a show of respect for Calcio.
True.
They have a chance to do something right. Let's see what happens. Just for this
Yep.
reason, I do hope that the game is in Torino so that Juventus can actually do something right for once. Juventus doesn't actually make the decision, just like nowhere else. The club makes the decision on whether away fans can attend a game or not. It's done by the questura, the polizia. It's done by the ministero. It's done by the government, right? And the the,
Yep.
the
Yep.
polizia.
Hmm.
But I don't want to hear no bullshit about the fact that polizia can't be influenced
Yeah. No.
by the club, no matter where it's at. There's going to be some influence there. And where else in Italy does a club have more influence than Juve?
Yep.
So yeah, we'll see. You know what? I want it to be in Torino. I want to see Juventus do something for fucking once right. I want to see it. That's what I want. That's what I'm fucking cheering for now. And the reason I am is because I want to see them do something right, man. For real.
Guess we'll
They
see.
have an opportunity to respect Calcio, to respect the whole country of Italy. We'll see what happens there. I hope you're right, Mario.
Yabba dabba
I really
do.
do.
Yabba dabba do.
All right. So I'm hoping that it's going to be that game, but I still think it's pushing towards the home match against Fiorentina.
Yeah, most
If I had
likely.
to
That
make
looks
a
like a realistic
prediction,
choice.
if I
Yeah.
had to make a
You had to put money
prediction,
on it.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
predicting still because I think there is a good chance that Napoli at least drops some points in Juve and maybe fumbles
Maybe like a tie.
somewhere else along the way, fumbles maybe somewhere else along the way. I mean, they might drop points to Milan at home because Milan is going to be fighting to make sure they stay in the top four.
Top
So
four.
we'll
Yeah, these
see. We'll
teams have
see.
much
I
more
mean,
motivation than we do, but we've obviously shown that we don't always need motivation to freaking perform well. We create our own motivation. We're a very disciplined team. Discipline before motivation, folks. Trust me, it'll pay off.
and then the other thing that went along this week, just with our channel and our Twitter account, is we have now made up the entire back four for the Napoli Nation starting 11. And what we got? So we ended
Meret,
up with, Mehmet in goal.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Mario. Do you remember
Di
what it is?
Lorenzo, Koulibaly, Kim, and Gulam.
Did
That
you
was the
vote for
big.
all those players?
No, I voted for Rui. In all fairness to Gulam, because, dude, Rui has improved so much over the years. It's not all about talent and skill in this formation for me either personally. It's about chemistry and what they bring to the team as a whole. And Rui brought the Grinta. He brings Grinta to the team. Like in big games, you know how big of a freaking deal that is. You can't have weak-minded people at the back line. I'm not saying Gulam is weak-minded, but he just didn't play enough for us, man. Like we obviously saw his potential and what he could have been. He could have been one of the best left backs in the world, but he
When he
just
was in form,
yeah, for like
he
a
was he
year,
was
maybe
he
two,
was
but
top 2, 3 left
yeah,
back in the world.
yeah, I understand that. But you can say Mario Rui not defensively, but in the attack is top three as well right now. 6 assists is not a joke for a defender. Let's not sleep on that. In a very defensive Italian league. Like, come on. So, I understand why and how Gulam won it, but me, I love Mario Rui. I used to not stand the guy when he used to mess up for us. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm a little bit biased, as I mentioned before with Mario Rui. But yeah, that's who I have in my
Well, well, I
first four
mean,
or five.
if there's a player that I think can be accepted to be biased with, Mario Rui is one of those players, man.
Yeah, just like Lavezzi, another example as well. Just someone who connects with the city in some way, I guess.
And a quick shout out to the Napoli rant. And I want to just mention, make sure people are following them and watching their channel and everything too. And Ralph Pizzato, one of the co-hosts on that, mentioned something about the tandem of the center backs. And he felt like Albiol wasn't really given the due respect and that he would have been a better pairing with Koulibaly just because of the chemistry they have. I
That's what I'm
think he had a
saying.
good
Like, this
point.
isn't all about skill and talent either. Like for some people, you got to
Yeah.
understand like what a player can bring to the team, and Albiol definitely would bring more chemistry. I mean, do we know that though? We don't know how Koulibaly and Kim play together, so we really don't know that. But yeah, just from prior knowledge and experience, we understand that Albiol and Koulibaly was one of the best pairings ever for
But
Napoli back there.
but one of the things I thought about when he made that point was, remember when we signed Manolas and we
Right.
thought that him and Koulibaly were going to be the best duo in Europe,
Sure.
and it didn't end up that way at all. And
But
the
Manolas wasn't good.
beginning, well, hold on, man. Manolas was pretty good when he was with Roma, and there
Yeah, I'm
was
saying with
potential
us, he didn't
there.
do anything. Kim
He
performed with
didn't.
us.
He didn't. But at the beginning, when he showed up, he was actually playing pretty well individually, but him and Koulibaly weren't really on the same page enough. There
And I think
wasn't
that
a
was a
real
Manolas
good
problem.
chemistry there. You
Yeah,
think
Manolas has
so?
never really been paired up good with anybody. It's always been about him being
Mhm.
the gladiator at the back line. So Koulibaly was our gladiator. We didn't need another one. But man,
I
him
mean,
and Kim. twin towers out there, just like Albiol. You know, they're both tall, respected backs. You can't go wrong with Albiol or Kim back there as a pair with, as long as you're picking Koulibaly as your first option. I cannot disagree with you, really. I don't see why not.
I mean, my opinion with this formation is that like it's sort of a dream team type of way of thinking, right? And I understand what you're coming back with. You're coming out with or talking about with chemistry. That is important too. But my
Because
idea
I'm gonna
is
end up
that
putting Osimhen as your strikers. You have to remember that chemistry with him and Rui
yeah,
is right
I
there. Boom. You
yeah,
know, just
I I know, I get that. But for me, chemistry is important, but I believe that the talent and the potential is overwhelmingly more important than what you think the chemistry could be. You know what I mean? So Albiol and Koulibaly, we know what that was, right?
right.
But how can you not want to pair Koulibaly up with Kim?
Yeah,
I mean, if Kim keeps this up,
he's gonna be
Kim is
better.
better than Koulibaly if he keeps this up,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
If he keeps it up, he's better.
Only thing that Koulibaly has right now against him is that he was consistent for 5, 6 years.
Yeah, he played here a
Or
long time.
yeah,
But okay, let's just look at it this way. If Kim plays this well for 3 or 4 years with Napoli, does he overtake Koulibaly as our best center back ever?
yes. If he keeps performing this
Yeah,
way, we win a couple Scudetti,
yeah,
make it somewhere else deep. Wink, wink.
yeah,
Yeah, can't see why not. But as of now,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
You have to be stupid to not say Koulibaly is that guy for CB, like our first option, just because of his history with us. He's obviously an amazing defender. You can't judge him by his Chelsea season. That team's awful in general. The whole team's a mess. Come on back, buddy.
Koulibaly was Koulibaly was a vice captain too. I mean, he was a good
Yeah,
leader. I
yeah.
I I I really believe that they would have made an amazing duo. Like you said with Manolas, I think Manolas was just more trying to show what he could do and show that he's just as good as maybe Koulibaly, and it just didn't work out that way. I don't think Kim would
He had to
have
be
that
the number one
problem.
option. Yeah,
Yeah, I
me
don't
neither.
think Kim would have an
That's what I'm
ego
saying. Two
problem
different
or
people.
anything, and neither would Koulibaly.
No,
Koulibaly never had an ego problem, you know?
nope, nope.
I just imagine them playing together. Jeez. I don't know, man. That would be really, really fun to watch. So yeah, so Di Lorenzo, Kim, Koulibaly, whoever, they can both either play which side. Center backs that are that good can go to either side and do fine. And then Gulam got picked, not by far. I think he was around 52%. Rui was around 42, if I remember right. And then we had a couple other players that got a few votes in there. Dosena and I think Aronica was the other guy. Man, what a crazy back four that would be if that was real, huh?
Yep.
And then sometime this week, I'll tweet out the next poll, and it'll be one of our midfielders. I haven't really decided how I'm going to approach that with the midfield positions, other than there's going to be three of them. But yeah, I'll start figuring out how to do that and get that poll announced. And then the other thing, I think we're getting close to 400 subscribers. We need your help, Napoli Nation. If you're watching this episode or any of our episodes or any of our shorts that we put out there, I think we've
Yep.
got almost 100 videos that we've been able to do, and it's only been doing this since January. And if there's anything out there that people are wanting a little bit more of, please just shoot me a DM on Twitter, and I'll do my best to try to do that. And we're really trying to get to 500 subscribers. We want 500 subscribers as our goal, at least our initial goal. And part of that we've already talked about is that we'll celebrate that by giving away a signed jersey, whatever that ends up being, a specific player, a jersey signed by all the players, who knows? But some signed jersey we'll give away. But we need that to happen when we get to 500 subscribers. So
Imagine a
help us.
signed jersey by the whole team with a Scudetto win on it. Beautiful.
You think we're going to have to get more than one of those? I
Now
don't
they
know
can
if I
all
want to.
fit front and back.
I don't know if I want to give away a one of those, man.
We'll find a way. Trust me. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I hope so, man. But yo, we need some help. We need 500 subscribers, man. That is the goal to get that to happen. So help us out. Don't just watch it and subscribe yourself. Do other things like make sure you're liking our videos, comment on our videos, and then share it with all your family and friends. Even if they're not big Napoli fans, maybe we can draw them in with our channel and turn them into Napoli fans. Yeah. So hopefully we get to that very soon. And Mario, do you have anything else you want to talk about, man?
No, but I do got one thing else to say. Forza
Napoli
sempre.
sempre. Ciao.